Hey guys, welcome to this new little series of video, or maybe a vlog. We'll call this a vlog, the Army of the Month Project vlog. And this is going to be mostly about motivation, at least this first installment in the series, because hobby motivation is very important. It's a good topic, and it's something that I've noticed in 2023. I've kind of failed at it. So my motivation really comes from playing games. I paint models in order to play with fully painted things. Usually it goes with tournaments. And I've taken a year off of tournaments. And I've said this a million times, is the best way to get motivated to paint your stuff is to go to events. And lo and behold, it also applies to me, whereas if I'm not going to tournaments, I paint much less in terms of army. I've painted a couple of Votan, couple of world leaders, couple of custodes, but in terms of army, really 2023 was not really a year for me. And that's something I want to change in 2024. Before we kind of go any further, I think this is a very introspective thing, right? So for me, it's tournament and gaming, but it does not have that. It doesn't have to be that for you. And I think that's very important. Where it's okay to look at a bunch. I'm telling you it's tournaments, and then you watch, Squidmar tell you something, Next Level Painting telling you some other thing, Sergio Calvio telling you some other thing, Angel Giraldes, whatever he says, that's this guy, whatever. But this is very about you, so you have to listen to me. Maybe you are not inclined to tournaments, I don't care, but maybe you are, and maybe you have not really come to this realization yet that when I don't play or I don't, when I have an ulterior motive, I don't really paint, it's okay. As long as you know. So you don't need to listen or to base your opinion of this on anybody else, but you need to know for yourself. And that's kind of where I stand on this, is I know for myself, that's how I get my best work done. I'm going to break this before we start. That's how I get my best work done, is when I have a purpose for the miniatures that I'm about to paint, or when I have an end game, if you will. So we're going to kind of kickstart this little project. It's called the Army of the Month. I did that for almost every year. I kind of start the year with this idea of, we're going to try to paint an army every month and see where it goes. And every year is different. And usually, I'll tell you straight up, usually around July every year, it kind of fades down because, 7 armies is a lot of armies. And that's okay, but now that we're vlogging this, maybe we keep it going. I feel good about this. So the rules are very flexible, besides the one. So at the beginning of every month, we pick an army, and by the end of every month, that army needs to be finished. And as you can see from the dead guard in front of me, this army's already started, okay? It's okay. It doesn't have to be start to finish. It has to fit your goals, and my goals right now this is the army that I want to play with because it's really fun. So I want to get it finished and then attend an event. I'll try to maybe get a small event in my town or whatever, but play with this at an event and get it finished by the end of the month. That's kind of my purpose with this. Because it's a small army, this has a couple of advantages. First of all, we're going to start strong. We're going to start with something that we know we can finish easily, right? This is less than a mini every 3 days. This is manageable, if we're really pressed for it. To complete. But also this allows me to touch up a couple of things. These tanks have they've been really speed painted, and they've seen a lot of action. There's barely any spikes left, and they're damaged. So I get to fix these, add a little bit more, and then we get to put all of the army to a very clean standard, so that maybe they're not all equals. Some Terminators are better than others, so we try to bring it up to just a level higher. And then lastly, I get to do a display board. I'm a sucker for display boards. So the one I currently have that fits these bases right here, it does not fit this army, even though it's a very small army. It does not fit it. So we're gonna build a new display board for it. I'm gonna probably try to do that every month. I like display boards, guys. Usually, what that will imply is me playing that army the following month while we do the next project. And the fact that this one is small, again, besides, starting off on the good foot and getting, good right off the bat, is for February, I get to kind of start, maybe not early, but at least acquiring the models. That's something that I've realized I've had a lot of trouble previously was, let's say I pick an army for February, say, we're going to go Custodes. We're gonna finish a Custodes army for February, but on February 1st, I don't have all the models yet, so I have to wait. I lose like 2 weeks waiting for all the pieces of the army, and I have to build them, paint them, and whatever. So during the month, I would like to know and acquire enough stuff so that when February 1st rolls around, I'm ready to go. And same thing, towards the end of February, get ready for March, and so on and so on. So March, for example, is probably going to be an army for Adepticon. I don't know exactly what, but Adepticon being at the end of March, so it kind of fits. So we're going to try to tie every project, and then that will also force me to do an event, maybe a tournament, or maybe a stream game, or like something every month with the new army. So this series here is probably going to be 2 videos every month, one at the beginning and one at the end of what's my project, and then at the end, what we got. And we'll see. So, or maybe just one at the end of every month where we look into what we did and then what we do next. So we'll see where that goes. And then, I'll just try to keep going. So if you want to, just like tag along, make sure you follow the channel and then, or subscribe. I think the podcast format has like a subscribe thing, so you can watch only this if that's what you want. And, I need all of the cheerleaders ever. So, like drop them in the comments, like, you go girl. I'll take all the you go girls that you have to offer people, so that, I can do this with your help. And then hopefully me doing this and you seeing me do this helps you achieve whatever your goals are for this year.